What's up, everybody? It's Keefe from Ghost Cult Magazine, ghostcultmag.com, and I'm here with the one and only Diamante.
What's up, man?
Welcome back to New York. Great to see you.
Yeah, great to see you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, we're here at Lucky 13. Lucky 13 Saloon in beautiful Brooklyn. It's a hot and lovely day here in the summer.
It's my first time ever in Brooklyn.
Word? Awesome. Caught you last year in New York City at the Gramercy Theater. Awesome sold-out show. I know you're busy all summer on tour, but we are here to talk about your awesome, about to drop, fire new single. Got to make the fist for this. Fire new single, When I'm Not Around.
When I'm Not Around.
Killer song. Kind of a one-off single.
Yeah.
Tell us about the song, this genesis of this awesome track people are going to hear.
This song almost kind of came out of nowhere in the sense that it wasn't really planned, but I heard this song for the first time and I felt like it was my story. And I've never put out a song that I myself didn't write, unless it was a cover that's already been released. But like a song that hasn't been released yet, I've always written my own song. So this was the first time that I heard a song and felt like I need to record this. And it's written by Diane Warren, who is legendary, iconic songwriter. And so when I first heard it, I begged my A&R. I told him, I need to record this song. I feel like it's my story. They're my words. I resonate with every single lyric in this song. I think I would crush it. And he tells me, well, it's a Diane Warren song, so that might be a little difficult. And by the grace of God, she said yes to me recording it. I recorded it at NRG Studios back in LA, and she heard the final cut. She loved it. She loved the vocal delivery, the performance. She said she believes every word of me singing the song, and that's like the biggest compliment I could have gotten from her. And yeah, it's sometimes stuff like this happens and you don't question it and you're just like, all right, I'm going with the flow. I love it.
Nice. Sometimes you have to let that success come to you.
Right.
Especially in this business. I'm super stoked. Two things. I'm stoked you mentioned Diane Warren. Again, Academy Award nominated songwriter. Most people probably know Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith from the Armageddon movie, but she has written scores of award-winning songs, all the best. She actually is well known for writing amazing ballads, mostly geared toward women singers. So, of course, Gloria Estefan, Celine Dion, Leanne Rimes, huge song. Mm-hmm. So I'm very fortunate that you get to interpret one of her songs. Yeah. It is an amazing song. When you people hear this, I think they're going to shit because, seriously, it's a great track.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and just like getting her stamp of approval was such a big thing for me, and I was able to meet her in person. I went to her studio. We listened to it on her mixing board, and she was like banging her head and rocking out to it. And just such a cool moment.
She's a rockin' lady. I believe she was banging her head. I believe that.
Oh, yeah.
And I also I wanted to kind of bring back a thing you mentioned at the top, which I think is really interesting, that you were able to, you said you begged your A&R to let you get a shot at the song, which is, I think impressive, because I think 11-7 Music Group has done a great job with you so
Absolutely.
far, from the record last year coming in hot to now. And I think it's unique that an emerging artist has a chance to actually work with their A&R person and say, hey, can we get a shot at this track? And obviously Diane Warren is Diane Warren, but I think it says a lot about you. I think it says a lot about the relationship with the label that they're able to work with you.
Yeah, it's super important to have that strong connection with your A&R.
It's crucial. It's probably a lost art, actually, in most labels today, actually grooming and nurturing of artists, young artists especially.
Yeah.
So cool, awesome for you.
Thank you.
Again, this track is immense. It's huge chorus. And you've already proven yourself to be a very versatile, capable singer, especially for ballads. But I love this. The chorus of this song is just mind-blowing. It's so good. It's so catchy, and it's so heartfelt. I really love it.
And I love, too, that it is a rock song fundamentally, but it's got piano, it's got violin, it's so epic. I've been performing it live on this Breaking Ben tour, even though it's not released yet, and just seeing the reaction from the people in the crowd to this song that they haven't even heard yet is incredible. It's awesome.
Rad. And that's also probably a tribute to you, because you're a hell of a performer.
Thank you.
We've been lucky enough to see you live, and you bring it every show, whether it's a chill out song or a high energy song. You have the same energy level yourself. And you definitely have built a really cool bond with the fans.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a big part of that is meeting with them after the show. that's something that I love to do. Like this summer tour, I'm going out in between every band sets, and I'm like standing in the sun in the concession stands, and I don't leave after the show until I've met every single person. And it's like, you're right, it's created such a different bond, and I notice it now, like online, like so many people commenting on all the photos we're taking together, and it's like a family that just keeps growing and growing and growing.
Awesome. Do we have a nickname yet for your fans? I'm not sure. We've come
Uh,
Diamante heads, maybe. I don't know.
Diamante. I call them diamonds because to
Nice.
me they're special like that. They're diamonds.
Yes, pressure makes diamonds,
Hmm.
and diamonds are also beautiful. So very well done. Uh, so the single's dropping. I also believe there's a video. Let's hear a little bit about
Yes.
this video.
Yeah, so the music video, I actually shot it a couple of days before leaving for this tour, or maybe a day before. And
Wow.
we shot it at the Viper Room, which is a super iconic, legendary rock venue in LA. I've played there a couple of times. And the story itself is this guy, it's post me, or we've broken up at this point, and this guy is all messed up in the head about it because he didn't appreciate me when he had me. And the lyric is, it's gonna rip your heart apart when I'm not around.
Mm.
And so I really wanted to take that and push it even further and kind of make it almost paranormal in a way. So he's seeing me everywhere he looks, but it's not really me. So I'm just kind of messing with his head because that's how he's like in such a state of regret that he can't get over it. And he's like at this bar and he's drinking himself to like to nothingness, and it's just downhill from there.
This video treatment sounds like it was ripped off of my Tumblr from 2007. Just saying. But yeah, that sounds amazing. I can't wait to see it. Again, the track is immense. And is there any plans? I know it's a digital single and it's dropping basically at midnight. Any ideas about doing any like a physical package, or we're gonna just go with the digital for this?
I mean, it's digital so far, but the idea is that it becomes freaking massive. And we'll go from there.
Nice. You know, I have to say, having met you when you first kind of appeared on the scene, you have the same temperament. You haven't changed. I think, you know, you've had some success, but I like that you're still striving and trying unique and interesting new things, which is really cool. And I wonder if you know, have been feeling any pressure. I know probably a second record is looming for next year, perhaps. And I wanted to kind of ask you where your mindset is about that.
Um, it's not pressure so much as it is excitement. I feel like every 6 months I grow immensely as a person and as an artist. And I've been going in the studio and writing, and it's like at the very early stages of writing and, you know, doing demos, and just seeing where I am now as a songwriter as opposed to where I was when I was 19 writing the debut album. It's like night and day. So I'm just excited to see what I come up with for the second album. And I mean, this tour is the biggest tour I've ever done so far. And it can be a little overwhelming at times, but I just kind of focus on doing my best and just performing it and giving 110% on the stage every day.
Awesome, and I know you do because we mentioned that before. I know you do. Another thing that I think is very impressive is your use of social media, especially Instagram. We're big fans of Instagram, IGTV. We just started, and stories. I think you're masterful at that. Especially, you know, you share the fans' videos and sort of fan encounters, like as you mentioned. And I think it's a really cool because I think it's not just, you know, it's sort of expected. You have to perform on social media, but also you're very natural at it. So I wanted to talk about like how many hours a day do you spend on social media and your personal, you know, account for yourself? Or
I'm not gonna lie, I do spend quite a bit of time on social media, and it's like there's pros and cons to it. The pros is I get to really be interactive with all the fans, and I get to read their messages, and I feel like I can really talk to them one on one. And I'm a huge fan of just creating content, and like I'm super into like the visual aspect of branding. So social media for me is fun. If I ever feel overwhelmed, sometimes I take like a couple day break or like 2 days break, just like clear my head. But for the most part, I mean, I don't really have personal social medias. It's mainly all geared towards music.
that's probably for the best.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. Social media is kind of crazy too. I think there's a lot of, you know, craziness about privacy and security. We had a podcast interview recently with an artist who had a stalker. It was a very scary experience.
Scary.
I hope you never have one. But you know, sometimes there's definitely a line that has to get drawn between even if you're as welcoming as you are and as, you know, engaging
Right.
as you are. I think there's definitely a line that we all have to be cognizant of. There's a fan line that you don't cross. There's you know, close and too close. And I get that you mean a lot to them. Your music means a lot to people. So do you ever worry about that or wonder about that? Hopefully no problems with that.
Um, Thankfully, nothing too crazy. You know, like maybe there's like some online weird things here and there, but like nothing in person, thank God. And I think as an artist, you do have the power to pick and choose what you do want to share. So like for me, example, like you'll see what taco I'm eating that day, or you'll see me at a bar with my friends drinking tequila, but you'll never see me post about like any love life. I'm like, that's not going on social media. So so you get to pick and choose what you want to put out there.
Right on. You got to keep some stuff private, and that's to be respected. We appreciate that. As we wind this down, I just wanted to, ask you a couple of final questions. One, I know you're originally from Boston. You haven't lived there in many years. I am a refugee. I'm from New York. I lived in Boston. And my favorite place, my favorite record store in Boston, I have a lot of good musical memories from, is Newbury Comics. And we were sharing a little bit before. Do you have a favorite album you remember buying at Newbury Comics?
Oh, man. The very first album I bought, which really changed my entire life, was the first Avril Lavigne album, Let Go. I still listen to that album every day.
It's a classic, a lot of
Yeah.
catchy songs.
And like I listen to it now and I'm like, wow, this is a rock album. It's very rock. So I can understand now why, as a 13-year-old kid, I gravitated towards rock, because really, like, when I was listening to Avril Lavigne and Pink and Kelly Clarkson, it had that hint of it inside it. So
I think their whole generation is kind of funny. They all grew up to be kind of hard rockers and not pop. They're pop icons, all of them, but they also had kind of like a rock soul,
yeah,
and they still do.
absolutely.
It's kind of
there's
funny.
there's guitars in the mixes. I'm like, whoa, I forgot about this.
I would like Pink. I would love to see her do a straight up rock only record.
She'd
just
crush
once,
it.
because her debut was all R&B, if you recall, when
Yep.
she first dropped, and then she sort of gravitated
And
to
she
a little.
said, "That's not me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she wanted to be. You have to find your own voice, right? You're finding your voice. Everybody has to find theirs as an artist. Diamante, awesome catching up with you. Excited for this brand new single. Everybody go buy this thing and watch the video and support emerging great artists. I'm Keefe from Ghost Cold Magazine. We are out.